You know what? Scarlett was in the school play, and guess what play they did?
Jungle Book.
And I got to watch it 2 nights in a row.
Lucky.
They didn't special request you to be King Louis?
What was Scarlett?
Don't give me the ha.
Look, it's not even...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 4 Dummies. I am here as your host, and I have with me the other 3 dummies. Mrs. Skullface.
Hello.
Robert Detoff.
Kung Hei Fat Choi.
And just one.
Yo, what's happening?
I think that we all need to stop for just a second, and I think we need to give Robert a gentleman's round of applause because he was right that Zeta next release was going to be Predaking. Gentleman's round of applause.
Good job, Robert.
Well done, Robert.
Robert's smiling to himself right now.
I think it was a smart prediction. And you know what Robert used as the key? He didn't underestimate Zeta's pettiness. Are they the most petty third-party company?
Yes.
So Zeta was, as rumors would lead us to believe, the lead designer for Toy World. They say they weren't paid properly, so they left Toy World. When they left Toy World, they released all of the designs that they did for Toy World again, with more paint apps or different paint apps or whatever under Zeta. Toy World announces a Predaking is coming. Zeta announces a Predaking is coming.
But how do you know that Toy World didn't announce it knowing that Zeta had? Like, that's some shit that Toy World would do, is to release it knowing that Zeta's about to drop theirs.
But what idiot would buy the Toy World Predaking over this one?
How many idiots bought that Toy World Cup? How many idiots bought that
I don't
Toy
think
World?
many. I don't think many.
That Toy
Didn't you get
World,
one, Bobby?
No, Robert didn't even buy one for me. That's how you know not many idiots bought it.
Didn't I give you the cup at TFCon,
You
Charlotte?
did not. No, that was the Springer.
Oh, couldn't tell the difference. It was just like a dog turd in a bag. Maybe just has something there because Toy World released that silhouette and it looked like trash.
Yeah.
And remember, I was like, maybe that was like an early design.
Yeah, you did say
You
that.
know? And then you see this.
I will say about this Zeta, though, like, it doesn't look as good as their other combiners. It doesn't look as streamlined. Like, there's a lot of stuff hanging off of these bots.
So it's funny you say that. I was a bit taken back by it too. So like I'm in for this because I have faith in this company. But you know what's the biggest turnoff?
The cannons.
It's how slim the chest looks. The chest doesn't look broad.
Part of that might be because of the angle, though.
You think so?
Because if you look at the left corner on his chest, right?
Yeah.
If you draw a line going straight down, it goes past the
That's
left
fair.
side of the front flap.
That's fair. No, I
That's
get you.
about half as wide as the flap on the
Yeah,
head.
I get you.
And I think, I mean, you may be looking at it a little too detailed for what it is. Like, it's a drawing.
Right. If you look at the dive bomb, I don't think there's a whole lot hanging off there. I think it's just the gun that's clipped onto his arm.
Look at the feet, though, on the wrist. Seem weird to me.
You think so?
Just for what they've been doing, like that, and like if you look down at the bowl, like the legs on the side of it, I would just assume that stuff would have been all cleaned up.
I feel like that looks pretty collapsed and tight, those feet.
I almost feel like these are design choices. Like those limbs should be there.
I'm kind of with Robert on this one.
You don't feel like it's more stylized than, they were going with that kind of tune aesthetic, and this is...
I kind of feel like all of them have been stylized.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're probably right.
Like
also, when you get line drawings, there's a lot more detail than you see in a colored one.
Right. Right, that's true.
If you look at Constructor and you look at like the Make Toys cartoon accurate Devastator, there's a lot of stylization going on there. And for the better.
That is true. It's really like the Superion is probably the most...
The Superion is the most tune accurate.
Yeah,
but
true.
even that one has a little bit more fluff on it than just the cartoon. Because like if you look at the cartoon, the bottom legs basically turn into identical blocks of one another.
Right. And who's to say, how much of this detail gets lost when they actually start sculpting this thing?
That's fair, I guess, but I feel like it usually goes the other way.
Oh, you think it has more?
I just feel like usually when you see line drawings, if something looks more busy, it's after it's made, not at the line drawing stage.
This thing looks mad busy.
You think the line drawing looks mad busy?
Yeah, I think it's...
He said, yeah.
It does. Panels everywhere.
I disagree.
Okay, his chest, I guess that's the actual lion head, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can see his lion.
But that might be a parts forming piece. I'm not against saying that.
Who knows, right? But you can see then lion legs folded along the sides of his chest.
Yeah,
That's
it looks
true.
like it's like the square, like it folds up into a square and probably just sits in that body cavity like the Superion did.
Yeah, but that would suggest, what Robert's suggesting is that it may not be the same because those may be the actual arms of the bot on the side.
But even if that's the lion head, I still think there's a chest piece cradle in there.
It would have to be because it's the same legs.
And waist.
Yeah, exactly. Like the crotch, the legs, the waist, all that stuff is business as usual.
Yeah. But what's weird, though, right, is like, okay, the shoulder connections, those are then going into some type of connection port in the actual lion and not in a frame, which at this point would concern me.
Yeah, no, me too. That's what I'm saying is I hope that maybe the parts forming piece is designed to look like it's not.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
I agree. Like looking at Rampage, looking at the arm, his left arm, I do wish that the head of the tiger was a little bit more pronounced on his shoulder because that is something I think about with Predaking, like that you can always see the animal heads.
Are his arms the wrong way, though?
Yes.
I thought I had my Rex mistransformed all this time.
Yes, but it could be that somebody just flipped the image for the sake of marketing.
Are those his paws next to his head or are those bunny ears?
You talking about dog paws?
Dog paws?
I think they're paws. And I'm just being critical for the sake of being critical, right? But if I were to continue with that line of thought, I don't like how both the rhino and the bull head seem to be facing down as opposed to out.
Right.
I think, and I think the feet look a little small.
Yeah.
But that's being critical for the sake of being critical. I do think that it is to mess with Toy World. This is the one that you wanted, isn't it, Robert?
Yeah, no, I want this for sure. But I also want a Menasor.
See, I want them to do a Defensor. That's the one I really want from them.
Well, the thing
Yeah, I
is,
agree.
do they want to go up against Fans Toys, you know?
I don't know. I mean, it's funny because there was a interview conducted where they asked Fans Toys who they considered to be their competition, and they said the only competition we consider is Zeta.
Really?
Honestly, I think Fans Toys hasn't proven themselves in combiners. So
Correct.
Zeta right now is the number one.
Correct.
Yeah.
If Zeta is number one, who's ever number two should really be like number 8.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Probably.
There's so much room between Zeta and second place that
Who would you put as the second place combiner company?
make toys.
For combiners, really? Over Generation Toy, like Warbertron, those guys?
Correct. Because
What?
Giant?
yes, because Giant, Menasor, Defensor, all that was extremely solid. They did a good job with all three. Like
Menasor's Fans Project.
come on, man. We're not playing those games.
I think Warbertron did a good, like, I think they're all dope. Now, granted, with the exception of their Computron, maybe their weakest one. But
no, I think their Menasor is their weakest one.
How about
see,
the Dino
I don't
King?
mind the Menasor. The Menasor doesn't bother me that much.
You like how it falls over?
I've never had an issue with it.
Really?
How about-
You never had an issue with Menasor falling over?
No.
Is he combined right now?
Well, no, not now. It's
Well, isn't that weird?
He's in a decal. He's winning with the glass.
Because I moved and I took him apart.
So prior to you moving, he was combined?
Yeah, prior to me moving, he was combined. Never had an issue.
Because that's crazy. Because mine looked like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Like his top was so heavy.
He
Yeah,
had some special shoes.
Yeah,
Like in the ground.
like right when the whole music dropped out and it was just the bass line. Like that part. That's how my Menasor looked.
I'll tell you, the worst combiner I've owned to date is who made the Predaking?
MMC?
Yeah.
Oh, you're out of
MMC's
your
Predaking.
mind.
No,
Yeah.
you're
out of your mind.
You
That's
have,
no.
yeah.
I never had the TFC one. Yeah, that's the worst combiner that I've owned.
You're out of your
We're
Yeah.
talking
mind.
about one that wouldn't stand up.
You're out of your mind.
Mine's still standing.
Yeah, mine was still great. I might be selling mine next month, but mine is still great.
I had to do a lot of hacks to make that thing work.
Oh, Hacksaw Jim Gordon. That's not his name. That's not his name.
No, it's Jim
Gordon.
Duggan. I hope he gets so many comments.
No. I think you guys corrected it before the comments. I'm definitely leaving that in.
Hacksaw Jim Gordon.
Is everybody in for this?
Yeah.
Did everybody get the Superion?
Yeah.
I didn't finish mine yet. I'm still waiting for my silver bolt.
Man, I'm telling you, I hope that Fans Toys completes a combiner this year, but I think that everyone is doing themselves a disservice in not checking out a Zeta combiner. Maybe Fans Toys tops them, but it ain't going to be easy.
Did you say complete a combiner this year?
Yep, dude.
I hope they start a combiner this year.
And I understand
That's true, too.
So I understand the punchline of that joke, but we've seen years where Fans Toys has dropped a figure a month. That has happened.
But have we even seen colored prototype of any of your combiners?
No, of the combiner, no. But yeah, I think that Zeta is a company to look out for. I'm in for this Predaking. I'm in for whatever they do. I think they're
Do you
experts.
think there's any chance that they don't make this a parts forming piece? Do you think there's any chance that they change the way that they do business? on this thing?
From looking at this picture, no. But I'll say that to say this: I'm not entirely sure that it will be parts forming the same in the same manner that the previous ones have been.
I'm telling you, they're idiots if they change that up.
I
They
agree.
found something that works.
I agree.
Don't mess with
Especially
that.
this
Don't-
specific combiner.
Zeta Toys do not listen to the vocal minority. There are plenty of people 100% satisfied with what you're doing. Just keep at it.
How frustrating will that be? Like if the combiner joints for the shoulders are just in the Lion and therefore nowhere near as solid.
So here's the thing. I think it would be crippling because that company doesn't have the greatest reputation because they're not making figures that people are liking individually because everyone is looking at it as these should be 5 great figures that create a 6th great combiner. But that's not how Zeta's approaching it. Zeta's approaching it in I am releasing 1/5 of one figure.
Right. They're like, look, we're putting out this combiner. We did our best with what we got. But the combiner is good. And I'm fine with that. I don't need all that other stuff, especially when you got all these other companies. I just need a good combiner.
Exactly.
A bull's horn.
Lion's mane.
Ooh, porcupine.
Rhino.
A bag of cash.
Baloo from Jungle Book.